If you pick a white man over Kamala Harris, black women, I can tell you this, we're going to walk away. We're going to blow the party up. If you pick the black woman...
Where you going to walk away to, Ariva?
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about California Delegate Ariva Martin appearing on Stephen A. Smith's show, talking about politics and specifically about the issue of replacing Joe Biden. We all know how Joe Biden looks. We all know how this man sounds, and it's getting progressively worse. It's not anything new to us. We saw this guy faltering before 2020 when he ran for president. But even in 2020, they had this man in the basement. He was not campaigning. He pretty much was just sitting in his chair after an applesauce session, after a little patty cake session with his wife. He would get on camera, talk for a few minutes, and then that'd be it. We all knew back then that this man was not fit for office. Now here we are 4 years later, and he's gotten worse because obviously you're just getting older. You're not getting younger. You're not improving. Whatever's going on in his brain has not become better. So now we saw the debate. Normies are freaking out. Democrats are freaking out. What are we going to do? We should replace him. Put Gavin Newsom in there. Kamala Harris in there. The problem is people don't like Kamala Harris. They never have. When she ran for president, she polled at 0. Everybody hates Kamala. And if you're trying to call her a black person, that's up for discussion. Her mom is from India. Her dad is from Jamaica. And the Jamaican, who knows what's in there? Chinese, Indian, white, whatever. People don't like her. They cannot connect to her. So people are overlooking her when it comes to replacing Joe Biden. But Ariva Martin and many others are like, no, 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 don't you do that. If you do that, that'd be a problem. And black women are going to retaliate against you. Now, before I go any further, let's get to the actual news clip here. This is from Stephen A. Smith's show, and I will link to the full thing in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
First of all, Stephen, who are we agreeing? There's a long list of Democrats: Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer. The list goes on and on and on. You've named 4 or 5 people. Where is their consensus? You've got to build consensus, and there is not consensus right now. If you pick a white man over Kamala Harris, black women, I can tell you this, we're going to walk away. We're going to blow the party up. If you pick the black woman...
Where you going to walk away to, Ariva? Where you going to walk away to?
Now, that's a very good question. Where are you going to walk away to? You're expressing your grief. And pardon me for the interruption. I got to do it for the fair use. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. Don't give me no copyright on this, boss. But the question is valid. Where are you going to go? You're upset about what's happening right now. I understand your pain. But where are you actually going to go if you don't want to vote for the Democratic nominee? You just going to stay at home?
Walk away. You ain't going to walk away to Trump.
Everybody over Kamala Harris. So where are we getting agreement from on who this ideal Democratic candidate should be? Tell me that. Nobody's told me who it should be. And then tell me how you're going to get the 4,000 delegates, which I am one of them. I'm a delegate coming from California. So who's going to step out? One, tell Joe Biden you got to step aside, because everybody's not being mature about this process.
Well, look, this is the bet that you guys have made, because you guys knew, and sorry for the freeze from Ariva. I'm going to do this to you. You guys knew in 2020 who this guy was. Y'all knew before 2020 who this guy was. You didn't care. All you wanted to do was to get into the White House and stop Trump from becoming the president again. So you used a guy who had some cachet because of his connection to Barack Obama. Now you're dealing with the consequences of your actions. Voting for this elderly man that clearly had some signs of dementia and things of this nature going on. Allegedly. I'm no doctor. I'm just giving you my opinion about what I see. Regardless of what he has, we knew something was wrong, and it's gotten worse. This is your fault.
Process. Joe Biden is not just the president. There's a whole team of people. There's an administration. So if Joe Biden, when he gets reelected, which my prediction is that he will, he brings with him Kamala Harris, the most diverse administration in the history of this country. Y'all need to just stay the course. We got more black judges appointed under Joe Biden than anyone, even President Barack Obama.
That's nice and everything, but that's just identity politics. Like, I don't care what color the judge is. It could be black, white, Puerto Rican, candy stripe. Are you a good judge? Are you going to do the right thing? making the right decisions, making the right rulings. That's all I care about. I don't care about nothing else. You could be a space alien from Mars with green tentacles and no feet on your feet. It doesn't matter. Are you a good judge or not?
That is not the point, because we're not, once again, hold on, Ariva. We're not, we are not.
I don't know anything about sports, but I know you don't give up on your star player in the middle of a game.
Okay, excuse me, time out. Let me explain to you. I can give you a host of examples of when teams have given up on a star player that has gotten a
Sometimes you will give up on a so-called star player. Sometimes you will do that.
bit too old and beyond his prime. It happens in sports all the time, not just with coaches, but also with, not just with players, but also with coaches and also with executives. That's absolutely not true.
You tell me why every Democratic primary that has taken place between the time Democratic primary started this year until today, Joe Biden has won those primaries.
Well, because there's nobody else really running. Who was running against him? Who was a viable candidate running against him? What, Marianne Williamson, RFK Jr.? These people are not viable candidates to be the Democratic Party nominee. And you've not put anybody else in the forefront to get any kind of attention from the general public. You have to do that. You got to put them in front of people. That's what they were trying to do with remember, what was it? Cory Booker? Remember him? Like, I've not seen him in a while, but Cory Booker and Kamala Harris, they were putting them on TV all the time to try and make the general public like one of them. Okay, you have some kind of racially ambiguous Barack Obama lookalike. Cory Booker could be his brother. Kamala Harris could be his sister. Let's put them out there and see what the general public does, and see what the black community does. And it really didn't work out. But they still put them out there. Same kind of way Gavin Newsom. I was seeing Gavin Newsom meet with Xi Jinping. Why? I don't know. I figured they were trying to put him out there. They didn't do good enough of a job marketing this man to potentially become the nominee. They didn't put him on the ballot. They didn't push to get Biden out of the way, although they knew that this day would come. They kicked the can down the road. Now the can can't get kicked anymore, and you're dealing with the consequences.
If all of these Democrats wanted someone other than Joe Biden to be the candidate on the ballot in 2024, they had an opportunity before June of 2024 to make that a reality. And I don't know about all those sports figures that's been changed in games. I'm going to take your word for that. But I bet you they weren't almost at the finish line when you decided, let's change them out.
She has a good point. That's a really good point, because the election is upon us. We're already in July. So the election is here. Like, it's too late at this point in trying to change. You got to just roll with who you got. The problem is this guy, it's like, okay, you got to roll with who you got. But this guy, if it was a race, like a car race, he would be completely bald tires, bad transmission, all the lights in the dashboard would be illuminated. But you can't, there's not enough time to get a new car in there, which would be the logical conclusion, the logical solution to the situation.
Change them out. We are almost at the finish line. We have an opportunity to save this democracy. And I bet you blow up Joe Biden, you might as well give Donald Trump the keys to the White House and let him start ruling the country in August.
Yeah, let him start ruling in August. Yeah, but she's right, though. She's right. She had some points. I understand she's upset. I understand, her point of view. She's a Democrat. She wants Joe Biden to win. She wants to, quote unquote, save the democracy. I mean, I don't believe in any of that. But as far as taking your, quote unquote, star player out of the game right at the finish line, she's right. You can't do it. So they stuck with who they stuck with. It is what it is. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Aretha Martin and Stephen A. Smith for the interesting conversation. And shout out to you guys out there in the general public who realize that this guy, Joe Biden, is not at all viable to be the president anymore. And that's going to happen in November. They're going to lose. We're going to win. They are going to be upset about it because they realize something could have been done before this to prevent it. Well, what could have been done was you don't try to take the election in 2020 by doing all these weird things. Should have just let Trump be the president and then see how everything played out. And if he didn't do a good job, you come in 2024. But now you're going to have Trump come in there anyway, and whoever his VP is might be the president after him. You gambled with a decision and it didn't really work out too well. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what Areva Martin said? Do you agree that it's too late to take out the quote unquote star player and replace him with someone else? How about the race part? If you vote for the white man over the black woman, we're going to revote. We're going to walk away. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys may know where I'm at. Where I'm at right now is this particular talk from Areva Martin. This was the cries of a defeated person, of a defeated party. They know they don't have anything. They're desperate at this point. They know they're about to lose. The so-called democracy is in the balance in their eyes. So they're just coming out and saying certain things to express their fear. But it's too late now. She said it. It's too late. You can't replace him. And this guy is getting worse and worse and worse. Now, that's going to be an interview that comes out on Friday, July 5th, 2024, 8 p.m. on ABC with George Stephanopoulos with Joe Biden. And if that comes out and he bombs, and you combine that with the debate and also some poor public performances, it's pretty much over. And for me, that's music to my ears. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.